Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. And today we are ranking, or not ranking, more or less categorizing Marvel Rivals characters, right? As all my buddies know, and what you saw last, it was about Marvel Rivals talking about how the balance could be adjusted in my eyes. Obviously, the devs actually have the data, so I'm just an onlooker, but opinion's an opinion, right? That's just how I feel. But nonetheless, I want to further categorize, well, the champions, because there's three broad terms, right? You have Vanguard, Duelist, and for the third one, right? You have basically Strategist, right? It's not really a support. But within it, I feel like there is more categories than what there like truly leads on to be, right? And when I looked at it and I compared it to other video games like League of Legends, I realized that some play into these certain categories. And I said, you know what if I just fit it into what if I just, give it everything a label, right? Because everyone loves labels and they like putting their little stickers on things and adding in a certain category. And I said, you know what, let me just do the same, right? This is all for fun and giggles. But nonetheless, I wanted to do so. This is the same day of the release of the Devil Dino, right? I call him DD, right? And everyone's excited to play him. I haven't seen him yet. I haven't read his abilities, but he looks cool. He does look cool. So first we have Adam Warlock, right? Well, I should say I have a bunch of categories, right? I have specialists, is because I don't know how to categorize it. I have an enchant healer, right? There's only a few of them, right? Where they give buffs and other stuff, right? You have a regular healer where they do consistent healing, right? Well, let me clarify on enchant. An enchanter healer, in my eyes, I see is someone who does some healing, but also can enchant and do buffs and DPS and a whole bunch of other stuff, right? You have regular healers, right, that do like a not a constant stream of healing that's not more or less, right? It's just a good instance of healing that's it's like has the same flat rate, nothing too changes in that. And then we have a burst healer that does decent healing, right? But it has an incredible amount of burst healing to literally take them from 0 HP to full HP, and it's a couple of moves, right? Or a couple of abilities. Then in the DPS category, I have four. Since the DPS category is the biggest, I was thinking, I was looking at it, and I was like, man, let me think about these. I have four categories, right? You have assassins, you have fighters, right? Assassins, I think everyone knows what an assassin is, right? We have fighters, basically people who just want to be in the thick of it. They fight, they move out. We have projectiles, right? So obviously like Squirrel Girl and the rest of them, and then we have hit scan, those who are literally can dink you across the map, right? And then we have in the tank category, we have two, right? We have wardens and we have vanguards. Now, what is a warden and what is a vanguard, you may ask? Well, a vanguard is someone who presses forward. They are the first one there. They make space, they get in the thick of it, they try to push your team forward by being a big, mean distraction and jumping at them. A warden is someone who's somewhat back, basically protecting the team and shielding them, though I would say doing less damage, but we all know it's Marvel Rivals. Everyone does damage, but nonetheless, they're more of a shield instead of a trailblazer, or well, as the name is in its definition, a vanguard, right? Who is the front line. So first we have up is Adam Warlock, right? Now I don't play every champion. I don't know what they all do, right? But I have a good idea of most of them, the ones that I play particularly, which is mainly the tanks and some supports, and then the DPS here and there, right? I don't really play a lot of DPS. Like I don't take Adderall to play some of these high mobility creatures. But nonetheless, I have an idea of what they can do because I get diddled by them all the time. We have Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock, in my opinion, right, is little. he is a just a healer. He's just a normal healer, right? He has good healing. It's constant. It doesn't really buff. It doesn't really. It's not a burst, right? But you basically have resources. You get your resources back. You heal people, and it just gets good, consistent. It's pretty baseline, right? Now, other Adam players may correct me. Honestly, please do leave it in the comments because I don't play him that much, but I do like Adam. He looks cool, right? Next we have is Iron Fist. And I'm pretty sure you guys already know what he is. He is a fighter. He's literally Iron Fist, right? Not the one that we all know, that our blondie boy, but he is Iron Fist now. And he's just a guy who likes to get in there and goes in the back line and fights, and he skirmishes, and he has durability, he has shields, he just gets in there, right? He just gets in there, right? Some would like to say an assassin, and I'm telling you on the metrics of an assassin, he doesn't blow somebody up like Black Cat. And speaking of Black Cat, why don't I just pull her out here? Black Cat has been a thorn in my side ever since her release, and I do not like her. Her iframes are too much. She's an assassin. She's an assassin. And she is an assassin. She goes in there high damage, crazy amount of damage, and gets out. Doesn't try to take doesn't want to confront fights like face on fights with a tank. Doesn't like that. Just wants to go in there, kill the enemy healers, and get out as fast as possible in order to go back in there and do it again, or get a double kill if they're in the vicinity, because she has decent AoE damage and mobility, right? She's very quick, nimble on her feet, small hitbox, hard to hit, right? So she is an assassin. Next we have Luna Snow. Luna Snow is pretty strong, right? She is pretty strong when her heals. Like, I would say she's like in a category between burst healer and healer. Uh, I would think she would have to do just consistent heals, right? She has a decent reload animation, right? She has a heal that goes through, right? Nothing too crazy, but just straight out heals, right? I Things can change. Things can change if I think about it hard enough. Right. Moving on, Psylocke, Assassin. I mean, it's been out since the game has ever started. We all know why. Blink, high mobility. And next we have up is Captain America. He is a Vanguard, right? Obviously, right? Obviously. Guy runs in there for America, and he's screaming, and you hear the eagle scream, and he jumps back in there. Hawkeye, honestly, hit scan or projectile. He shoots a projectile that's close to hit scan. I'll leave him. I'll leave him for a bit, right? Because in my opinion, hit scan is something like Wanda. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I almost got you. I almost got you. But no, hit scan is something like Hella, right? Hit scan is something like Hella. And while we're at it, we have the Punisher, right? We have Punisher, and then Phoenix, right? Where did I put her? Where's that little lit fire lady? There she is. Phoenix. Those are like the top three hit scans, right? Man, they are the ones that just, they see you in the air, they see you on the ground, they will shoot you, and they're gonna aim for headshots because they know it does a lot. If you're a tank and you don't hide your head and you're playing the Thing or the Hulk, you have a big head and they'll click on it. If you're Venom, hey, doesn't matter. Punisher, shotgun, he'll blow you to smithereens. All right. And if you're the Thing, he'll take your big rock and he'll smash it over and he'll turn you to little rocks. You don't want that. You're a boulder. You don't want to be gravel now. And then the Thing, we all know Vanguard. I'm gonna speed through it. Hulk, Vanguard, right? You're starting to see a pattern here. You're starting to see a pattern, right? So I feel like they should put more names on stuff so people actually understand what things are. And then I haven't played DD yet, the big old dino. But I do think Venom, obviously Vanguard. I do think he will be a Vanguard. Just go in there and he's just terrorizing it, right? I do like it. Dinosaur does look pretty cool. I think everyone will love a new animal character, right? I think everyone loves animal characters just because it's obviously it's something different. I mean, we're all human, right? Something different. It's like, ooh, shiny, 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 right? So I definitely do think he would be in the Vanguard spot, right? And since there's only 50 characters, this job is kind of easy, right? It's kind of easy, right? Thor at Vanguard, right? He makes space. He gets in there, right? He pushes people back. Or he tries to peel, right? He is that guy. Honestly, a good Thor or a good thing or a good Hulk, well, any good Vanguard besides Captain America goes crazy. Goes crazy. I haven't seen a good Captain America in a long time. And then, well, since I'm going to finish up the tanks, I think it'll be pretty easy, right? Pretty easy. We have Magneto. He is a warden. His shield, his bubbles, right? He's a thick target nonetheless, but he is that guy who basically goes in there and protects. But speaking of warden, we have Groot, our big tree, and like that's it. I mean, I am Groot. I am Groot. Groot I am. He's that guy. He is that guy. And don't get me wrong, just because he's that guy doesn't mean he needs to stay there. Because at the pinnacle, at the peak itself, we have Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange himself is at the top of the wardens, right? And sometimes if you play a good Strange, you're basically a Vanguard himself, but he in my opinion is the best warden, right? And as I shake this around, I think the I don't know where Dino's going to sit, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be better than Captain America. There you go. Because I feel like in the top of the vanguards we have Thor, Venom, Thing, and Hulk. Maybe the Thing is a bit better than Venom, just because he's good against a lot of assassins, right? A lot of assassins are fighters just because of what he does. He goes in there, swings, he gives him mobility. He has a lot of shields because of his right click. That's all you use on him, basically, is the shields and right click. It won't outbeat a Thor, right? Because a Thor will see you swing Mjolnir at you, even if you're a BP, hit you, knock you into a wall, right? Because it's easy to to aim, right? At the same time, damage boosts. It's pretty good. It's very contested. I'm pretty sure high elo people prefer a Thing over a Thor, right? Just because the Thing's ult is like a good CC thing, but super easy to counter. I know that. Next up, we have. Did we hit all the tanks? No, we did not. We have Deadpool. I'm putting him specialist just because I don't want to go over the three things that he can do. Honestly, just a headache for me. Don't want to think about it. We have Penny Parker at the bottom tier of the Warden. I mean, I, the only reason I would ever think that she is good if you're playing control and the enemy has assassins. That's the only reason, just because of her mind. But her spider nest isn't the best. It's very easy to get rid of if you have someone who prioritizes it, right? And then they can go in, and the cooldown is quite long. So she's all right. She has decent CC, right? Her web. I mean, I'm pretty sure anyone can play Penny. Anyone can play Penny, as long as you just web people who are trying to ult or trying to go in and engage or give CC or lock somebody down. That's basically what Penny is, just like a lockdown every couple seconds, shoot your gun lockdown. But you are just an ult farm if they see you. They see Penny, oh, shooter, get your ult back instantly. And they go in crazy. Next, we have up Angela. Angela, Vanguard. She goes in, hits him. Any flyer's nightmare, right? I play Iron Man just because mech machines, honestly, cool, right? I remember the old Iron Man 1 movie, and I was like, yep, this is it. This is it. Well, before I was captivated by Power Rangers and what was it? It wasn't Ultron. It was holy, I forgot what it's called, but it's it's oh wow. I forgot childhood memory, bro, was repressed for so long and I forgot it. I'm pretty sure I'll remember it later, but it was Voltron, something like that. I don't know. I don't know. But we'll try knocking out some of these DPSs. I'm pretty sure everyone knows. Well, actually, let's get in with a couple other of these tanks, right? We have Rogue, Vanguard, pretty easy to say she goes in there, and Emma. Emma, in my opinion, is is a warden or a DPS. One or the other, right? Because just because of just because she has a shield diamond form, and nowadays there's other vanguards who do that does her job more proficiently than others, right? Because when she was released, she was really good at just pressing forward because no one could really stop her. And then the thing got introduced, and if it needs someone to make space, why play Emma when you can play the thing who just goes in there? So she's on the lower end or middle end of a warden, right? Uh she has basically a big kit, right? Where it's flexible, it's very flexible, but nonetheless, it's basically she's a warden, right? She's a warden. I think I hit all the tanks. I think that's finally it. Yeah, that's fine. That's finally it. I'm gonna start crushing the healers now, right? The healers are pretty simple in itself, right? Cloak and Dagger, burst healer, still the best, one of the best burst healers out there. Fox, still don't like her, right? She is at the beat at technically, I think, in my opinion, she beats Cloak and Dagger just out the water, just because she's still super strong. We have um Inviswoman. Inviswoman still does good damage, less than Cloak and Dagger, but her ult is insane, absolutely insane. And then our enchantment healers, we have Mantis and Ultron. And the only reason I say this is because they are so unique that they give damage boosts consistently through their abilities, right? I wouldn't say play a two healer comp with a Mantis and a Ultron unless they are really good or your team can use it, right? If you have a dive heavy team with an Ultron, that can be really good. Just playing on the boys in the back, and they'll run. Everyone's going to stay together. That means everyone's going to get the heals, right? And when Ultron right clicks, it gives move speed, temp HP, and a damage boost. It's really good. Mantis, a consistent heal and damage boost pedal on anybody, and she could put down the whole team if she gets enough damage to get her pedals back, right? Obviously, she can use it to herself too. So with the Mantis, you boost yourself, damage the tank, get more pedals back to boost your teammates. And then when your boost goes out, you do it again. You do it again over and over and over again, right? So fun, but you need to hit your shots because her shots are a very slow projectile. And that's why it's like you need to be in the middle ish so you can hit them if they're pushing, right? But you also don't need to be too close where you're taking hits. So, in my opinion, somewhat best paired with wardens. Ultron really good with vanguards who just go in there and they go crazy. Next we have Rocket. Rocket, he's a healer. He's a normal healer, right? He has really good healing with his right click. He basically, I know the orb heals for like 100 if it goes through you, and like the AoE for the orbs when they bounce, that it's constant like um dot healing, right? Or I say dot healing, it's damage over time, but it's hot healing, healing over time. Yeah, I'm making words up at this point. I'm trying to understand this. Jeff at the pinnacle of a healer. He just that's all he does. He spits normal heals, right? Um, Now that I think about it, Luna's Luna's somewhat of a burst healer. No, not really. Not really. But she's at the top. She's way there at the top of the healer. I'll probably have to play her to actually feel her out to maybe get a better understanding of Luna. Next we have Iron Man. projectile. I'm pretty sure everyone who plays this game, and obviously you clicked on it, you know about Marvel Rivals. He shoots out a projectile, takes a while to hit, but it's like a little AoE. I always forget to turn off my notifications when I record. Next up on the projectiles, we have Squirrel Girl, the projectile, but not better than my goat Iron. Not better than my goat, right? Next we have, well, Namor, right? Namor, good projectile. His primary fire, in my opinion, should be faster, right? But he has his squid to do damage. The HP on the squids is very low, so you have to figure. If a good Namor knows placements, in my opinion, just throw it behind you. Don't worry about it. Throw it behind you and they'll kill. If you throw it forward, then they can shoot it, right? It's better for an anti-dive comp like a Spider-Man or anyone who's really fast and it's hard to hit unless you're just him, right? Nonetheless, he's a projectile. It has an arc. A it's a very slight arc. It's not a crazy arc. It's a very slight arc. But it has a time to get to the enemy target. And as it being a projectile, I will have to say I will have to say that I'm thinking Hawkeye is like a hit scan, but he's or a projectile. And now that I think about it, he is a hit scan. He is one, right? He is somewhat of a sniper, same as like Black Widow. She's a hit scan. Same as Elsa Bloodstone. She's also a hit scan, though she is a better one. But she is a hit scan. She has dashes, so she's somewhat of a skirmisher hit scan. But that is her main job is to basically shoot people and scan for them. Duh, right? It's instant, it's compact, it hits, right? Next up, we have Moon Knight. Moon Knight projectile, right? It bounces between people. It's just in there, probably better than Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl's kind of slept on. Discussing how much her damage the lobs do, just probably because her kit is very simple. Um, Good CC in Squirrel Girl, right? That's the only reason why I like Squirrel Girl is because you can lock somebody down, eat your nut, and lock them down again, right? Or if they're squishy, you lock them down, couple of acorns, and they die. It's the amount of damage on that is honestly a little too much. But she wouldn't be viable if it wasn't that much. Moon Knight is good, better in a very melee heavy enemy team that you're fighting, just because if they fight together, it balances really well. Though it's I, it's I. A good Moon Knight will always perform. Any like this is just me saying it as my opinion. Nonetheless, any person who puts hours and has mastery over their champion will, no matter what, go against the norms of what you expect, right? Just because of skill. Skill matters over everything. We have Magic. She is a fighter. Just look at her. Big sword wielding lady runs at you, swings her sword, beats you up. And speaking of swords, we have Blade. He does the same thing. He does the same thing. He goes out there. He honestly, anti heal should be more of a thing in this game, honestly. Because the healing from these burst healers, and they're played in every game, they're playing in every game, right? There should be more in order for people to front to back more. I think that's pretty good. Um, Going on assassins, Black Panther. Black Panther right after Black Cat, just because Black Cat is just more nimble and does more, and she has more skill expression. Psylocke is still good because of her ult. Her ult is a big team fighting tool if anyone actually plays. We have, I don't think we have any more assassins on the list, but we have a couple more fighters, right? Wolverine and Mr. Fantastic. Now, Mr. Fantastic, I would say, has to go at the very top of fighter with uh Wolverine right behind him and then Blade right behind him. Man, my boys are sending me reels one after another. He's got to turn that off. But nonetheless, those are the fighters. those are it. Those are it. Right. They get in there. They beat people up. Oh no, it wasn't it. We have Daredevil next. The man who blinds everybody and makes it your problem. He doesn't blind everybody. He blinds you. Hey, good luck seeing, buddy. He's on you, right? Over shields, and more over shields. Man, good luck. Assassins, Spider-Man. Spider-Man is currently there. I would say she is. Well, Spider-Man is better than Psylocke. But he's more of a pest. So I say put it under Psylocke. But no matter what, a good Spider-Man will always be a hindrance. It'd be very annoying. You'll in quick play, nonetheless, you will always see a Spider-Man. Right. That's why back in the day in season one, season 0 through 3, I picked up Namor. Right. I love playing the fifth. Right. I love playing the fifth just because there was a Spider-Man in every game and there wasn't tools to deal with him yet. Um, or just hit your shots, I guess, but it's kind of hard hitting your shots against a guy who was in your screen for a fraction of a second. My opinion. Loki, he's an enchant healer. He's a decent healer, but he's not really a decent healer. It's not really that consistent. So I would put him in enchant healer just because of his ult, his rune that does a lot of healing, but it's had the cooldown is atrocious, right? And I don't think it's fun to play with uh that he's basically there to distract assassins who jump on the back line and who are trying to kill the enemy teams that will support. Um, and then we're almost done. We're almost done. Gambit. Uh, I say he is the best enchant healer just because of his versatility, right? He has a cleanse, he has anti-heal, he has healing, right? He is the best enchantment healer just because of how much he has in him, right? And the last two flyers, I would say, we are projectiles, right? Storm and Johnny or Human Torch, right? Because well, I think all flyers, I think they're all projectile. I mean, some are faster, like Storm. Some are pretty fast if she's in her storm form. Um, but they have projectiles and sure they can do decent amount of damage. I just haven't seen them at all just because of honestly survivability kind of stinks in this game right now. You have dive heavy fighters and assassins, right, that can just get in there, and the only way to punish them is playing vanguards that can kill them or burst healers that just ignore them. Star Lord, hit scan. He's a hit scan. Bucky also hit scan, and Scarlet Witch is a projectile. Right? Why you say Scarlet Witch is a projectile? Well, she pressed left click and a projectile comes from her hand and to the target. It's she doesn't have to aim. I'm not putting her in the hit scan. It's at the bottom tier projectile because it takes no skill to play her. Right? Sure, timing and skill when to use your, I don't know, your ult and whatnot, I guess. But nonetheless, you won't see her unless you have a duo with a mag that can bubble you when you try to kill yourself. They, yeah. Now, I don't know if I need to change up these. The placements obviously higher is better, right? I do think Punisher's below Elsa and Phoenix. Hawkeye is contestable. Same thing with Black Widow. Star Lord, in my opinion, is better than these two because the snipers, it takes skill, right? You have to aim in order to kill guys. You have to aim, and if you can't aim, don't play them. But when someone knows how to aim and they're patient and they just hit people in the head, they do damage and they will perform. They will perform no matter what. But this is it. This is the tier list. This is my final result of categorizing champions within the current roster. Obviously, there's more DPS than any other role which needs to change. Honestly, I wish there was a season where they just add like 4 healers. 4 healers. Give variety to the pool that already exists, because there's too many damage dealers, right? There's too many there's not enough tanks. There's not enough tanks, right? Obviously, they're adding a lot more tanks like Angela, Rogue, DD, right? You have I was about to say Elsa, but Emma, right? Those are all added, right? You have 4 tanks that were added, well, 5, and with the healers, the only healers that were added, 4 healers that were added to the small roster as is, and to the DPS, the amount were added are, I'm accounting, 8, around 8. I just briefly scanned. I went through all of those. 8 out of 50, almost 1/5 of the champions that were added to the roster are DPS. Come on now. Come on now. Get some variety, man. I'm tired of eating like soup every day. Give me a little pizza or a burger. Or if you want to make it better, I don't know, peanut butter and jelly. And my lighting. Yeah, my lighting just went out. The battery just died. But that was it. That is the end of the video. My voice does hurt. I need to drink more water, maybe some tea. I do love tea. I've been drinking it now. Hot tea does help. I'll catch you guys later next video. Maybe I'll talk about something different or something you're interested in. If you have something you want me to tier or do something else, let me know. Let me know. All right. I'll catch you later. Peace.